Right, we've got the coffee, we're ready to go. Today, I'm gonna show you how tracking your food is gonna get you the results you've always craved. Hey everyone, if you don't know me, my name's Mark and I'm here to help you look, move and feel your best. Today I want to share some great tips with you on how the simple act of tracking your food is going to get you the results that you've always craved but never quite been able to reach. Before we dive in with the tips, I want to be truly honest and say that I always hated tracking my food. I found it time consuming, I found it boring, and I found MyFitnessPal, which was the app I was using then to track my food, was largely in US measures, and I'd sit down to eat my food and my food would go cold because I'd be sitting there typing in all the numbers and trying to work out what a cup of beans was in UK measurements, and sometimes I could track my food for a week, but the boredom level was just going up and up and up and up, and after a week I just think, you know what, sod it, I'm not going to track my food anymore. And that cycle would repeat for years. I'd always go in with this energy, yeah, I'm going to track my food, I'm going to track my food. And then I get a week into MyFitnessPal and I think, I really can't be bothered to do this. And then a couple of months ago, when I went through this cycle again of, I must track my food. And it's been years since I've done that and years since I've been going through that MyFitnessPal cycle. I found this new super cool app which works in English measurements. It recognizes English food, English shops, and it's so great. And just stay tuned because I'm going to share what that app is. And I'm going to share how great it is and how it makes tracking your food not just a little bit less boring, but actually fun, enjoyable, and it makes me want to do it every single day. But before I share that app with you, let's dive straight into the reasons why you need to be tracking your food. Number one, you don't know at the minute how much you are eating. You might think you know how much you're eating. You might look at the packets and you might look at the red and green boxes to tell you how much fat's in it, whether it's good, bad, how many carbs, proteins, and so on. But you don't really know because you don't know, firstly, what's hidden in all these processed foods that you're eating, and secondly, what's a portion size? What are your portion sizes like? Are you buying a processed meal from the shop for two and diving into it yourself? I've been there, I've done that. I've eaten a lasagna for two. I think I've actually eaten a lasagna for four for just me because my eyes are bigger than my belly and it looks nice, it tastes nice, and I want to eat it all. But that's not doing you any favors. There are hidden calories everywhere, and until you start tracking your food, you don't really know where the calories have come from. And you might wonder why, I'm eating well but I'm still putting on weight. You're doing that because of the hidden calories. Liquid calories is another huge factor. Do you know how many calories you're actually drinking every day? Unless you're drinking clean fresh water, there's calories going in, whether it be from juice, from teas, from coffees, from alcohol, milk. There is calories going in all the time and you have to track them. You have to be a little bit anal with what you're tracking. And if you have a coffee, I can't tip it up because I'll spill it. This is a black coffee. But if you put some milk in that, you're going to have to track it because there's calories, there's fats and there's sugars in the milk that you need to know what you're taking in. And point number two could possibly have been point number one, but you need to know how much you are supposed to be eating. I think it's quite common knowledge now that we think women 2,000 calories a day, men 2,500 calories a day, but it varies massively with who you are, what size you currently are, what your activity levels are like, what your lifestyle's like, and every body type and every person is different. So, and when clients come into my nutrition program, we do exactly that. We work out exactly what that person needs to be eating every day. And we're not talking a generic person, just that's a woman who's 35, that's a guy who's 42. It doesn't work like that. We find out exactly what that person should be eating every day. And we work on their calories and their macronutrients as well. And I'll break macronutrients down in a little bit. So keep watching if you want to know what that's all about. But if you look at the app now, I'll show you a picture here. This is my daily calories. So as you can see, it's just over 2,700. That works really well for me. I actually maintain my weight if I hit 2,700. If I go a little bit above that, I'm going to start putting a little bit of weight on. And with my current training plan, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Obviously, if I want to lose a little bit of weight, I drop them settings down so they come down below the 2,700 to around about 2,450, 2,500, something like that, so that I could lose a little bit of weight every week. But if I maintain that 2,700, my weight stays the same, my physique generally stays the same, if my training stays the same. And then I know that hitting that 2,700 is a good mark for me. If I want to go up in weight, I just increase my calories a little bit. If I want to drop, I drop the calories a little bit. But I can only do that when I know exactly what I'm eating and exactly what I need to be eating to maintain that level, that weight and everything else. Okay, so macronutrients, what are they and why are they important? I'm sure you've all heard of carbohydrates, proteins and fats. They are your macronutrients and they make up your daily calories. They are very, very important. I'm not going to bore you right now with how many calories are in a gram of protein and so on. We'll get to that in another video, or if you come into my nutrition program, we'll go through that in depth. But for now, you just need to know that calories, proteins and fats make up all your calories for the day. Depending on what diet you're on will depend on how you set these macronutrients up. And in this app, you can do exactly that. You set them up either yourself or you get the app to do it for you. Me, being a nutritionist, I've set my own up because I know exactly how many grams of carbs, fats and proteins I should be having every day, as well as how many calories I should be having. But it's vitally important that we know them numbers. So here you'll see a split of my macronutrients. What percentage of fat am I allowed every day? What percentage of carbs and what percentage of protein? Tracking my food allows me to hit these numbers. And I know if I hit these numbers along with my calorie goal, they'll go hand in hand. If I hit these numbers, my calories will be bang on. And I know that them numbers have a direct correlation with how I look, how I feel, and how my weight changes. So all them years that you've been saying, oh, I eat pretty well, I eat good food, I eat lots of veg, and I eat lots of fruit, but I'm still putting on weight. It's because you don't know exactly what's going in your body. If you want to be serious, if you want to lose the weight, you have to know. This app here, this is a NutraCheck app. This is free on the App Store. I assume it's free on Android as well. I don't know, I don't have an Android phone, but I'm sure it's free on there as well. It's free for about 7 days or 2 weeks, and then you can pay, I think it's about $3.99 to keep going per month to keep using the app. I'll be honest, it's changed everything about my diet. I know everything now, every single day that goes into my body. My physique has changed massively. My weight has gone exactly in the direction I wanted to, which is a little bit up, which is probably contrary to a lot of people watching this video. They probably want it to come down, but it's exactly the same process. You know that baseline for me, 2,700, and I know if I eat 2,800, 2,900, 3,000, my weight goes up. If I come below it, it drops. And you can do exactly the same because you know if you have that baseline, whether it be 2,700, 2,500, 2,000, it doesn't matter. You've got that baseline. You know that is the perfect number of calories for you to maintain your weight. You know you go above it, you put weight on. You know you go below it, you drop weight. And that's the importance of tracking your food. And that's where this app comes in incredibly handy, because that allows you to know every single day, every morsel of food that's going in your body. Reason number 4 that you need to track your food is because you can plan out your day in advance. This is so important because if, like myself, you like a treat, you like a bit of sweet stuff, you like a biscuit, you like a donut, you can plan that in. The worst thing you can do is just have something at the end of the day, think, oh, I feel like a treat, I'm gonna have it. It pushes you over your fat allowance, it pushes your calories up. You have a couple of them each week, before you know it, your weight's not changing, you're not losing the weight you thought you would, or worse still, your weight's creeping up when you don't want it to. If you know what you're gonna eat for the day, so you put in your breakfast, you put in your lunch, you put in your dinner, then you've got room for snacks, and you know, oh, I've got 300 calories left today, I've got 20 grams of fat left today. I can afford that little bit of brownie that my mum made me. You don't have to feel guilty about food. You don't have to think, oh, if I have this, I can't have a dinner, or I can't have as much salmon as I wanted. You can plan everything out in the morning, and you can say, right, this is my breakfast, this is my lunch, this is my dinner, this is how many calories each one is. I've got 500 left to play with. What do I want to do? You might choose not to use anything. You might choose to save the 500 calories. But like me, you might think to yourself, well, I haven't had something sweet, I haven't had something nice for a couple of days. Let's go and grab a 250 calorie donut. It fits in my macros. I know I'm not doing myself any harm. It keeps me sane because I'm still eating the foods that I love, and I'm still losing weight at the end of it. It's a win-win. And reason number 5 is you don't want to waste that training. I see clients come to me all the time, sweating their ass off in the gym, working themselves into a pulp, working really, really hard, but they're not seeing the results that their work really deserves. And they're not seeing them results because they haven't got it right in the kitchen. They're working incredibly hard in the gym, not so much in the kitchen, They're maybe not leaving themselves enough time, they're eating a lot of processed crap, and they're not eating the right foods. They're not tracking their food, and tracking their food is what is gonna make the difference to their training, to their life, to their physique, to their health, to their fitness, to everything. And it's a simple task. And with this app, as you can see, the foods stay logged. So I generally have the same 2 or 3 breakfasts every day. That's like a cycle of 2 or 3 breakfasts. I don't have 2 or 3 breakfasts every day. Well, sometimes. Anyway, the point is, it keeps the record of the food. So you don't have to go in every day and go, oh, I've had Weetabix again. You have to type it in, you have to search for it. You don't, it's just there, and it saves the quantities as well. So I know that I have berries, I have blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. I have a little bit of oat milk with that. I have some porridge. I might have a little bit of granola. And the portion sizes, so take granola example, 45 grams of granola. That's your average breakfast cereal serving. That goes on there, that stays the same. So if I have 30 grams tomorrow, when I go in the day after that to add it again, it will save the 30 grams from the day before. So it's so easy just to go click, 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 it's done. You don't have to worry about it. It's simple. Your calories are stored. You know what you're eating. You know if you're going to lose weight or not at the end of the week. It's perfect. But you don't want to waste that training by not getting the nutrition right. The nutrition is fundamental to your health, to your weight loss, to your physique. Get it right, see the results from your training develop as you get the stuff in the kitchen correct. Now, if you have found this interesting, definitely come back and check out our next video, which is going to be about quick and easy meal solutions. I've just talked about training. A big problem with people training is that they don't have enough time after training to prep a good meal. So they come home, they tend to not eat quite so well after training. Again, they're not seeing the good results from the training, which it deserves. So come back in the next video. We're going to talk about quick and easy meals. And I'm talking like in 2 or 3 minutes that you can have a really good, healthy, solid post-training meal, or meals when you've got the kids to sort out and you haven't got time to eat well. You don't have to eat crap. You don't have to let your waistband expand just because you haven't got a lot of time. There are ways around eating healthy and keeping it clean whilst saving yourself a lot of time as well. So hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button. If you want to see that video, you'll get notified immediately when it comes available, which will be this time next week. So do that now so you don't miss out. Take care, have a fantastic week. Get the app, implement what I've said, and you'll have a great week. By the time you come back and watch the video next week, you'll already start to see some changes just by tracking your food for the next 7 days. Take care, have a great week, and I'll see you again soon.